Get out my head and into the bed, girl. Cause you don't know, plotting out the fantasy. Hey baby girl, and it's you are the key. Yo, because then from you looking at me, I got me to say you want me. When you gonna give it up to me? Because your body enticing me, making me want it. When you gonna give it up to me? Well, if not today, girl, then I must see tomorrow. When you fulfill my fantasy, because you know I give you love in shade like an arrow. When you gonna give it up to me? So back it up there, so pack it up, yeah. Cause I wanna be the man that's really gonna have it up and mock it up and rock it up there. So what is up, yeah, you know you got the vibe. In me heart to swell up and swell up and double up, yeah. So give me the work, yeah, and rope in to fend for dirty looks and corrupt, yeah. So rev it up, there, girl, go and try your luck, there. Cause when you steer it up, you know me have to measure up, yeah. From you looking at me, I girl, me say you want me. When you gonna give it up to me? Because your body enticing me, making me want it. When you gonna give it up to me? Well, if you're not today, girl, then I must see tomorrow. When you fulfill my fantasy, because you know I give you love in shade like an arrow. When you gonna give it up to me? Everything, girl, so me love to see you walk. Can I habla English, but just listen when me a talk. This a one up from me yard. Woman, you got me caught. You ever in my thoughts and I left me in the dark. In the first place, girl, that's where you belong. So just let me flip the switch, woman, I can turn it on. And give it a passion from dusk till dawn. Tell me if you want it, fig one, my girl.
As a woman on my own, I got it going on. I'm liking what I'm seeing, I don't wanna be alone. Cause you got me in the days, the illusion makes me sweat. Go back and forth and round and up and down your way. Baby boy, could it be wonderful like this? They say it's all about in the way you twist. Cause you got me in the days, the illusion makes me sweat. I'm caught up in you now, I'm tempted to stay. Oh, no.
When you looking at me, I got me to say you want me. When you gonna give it up to me? Because your body enticing me, making me want it. When you gonna give it up to me? Well, if I'm not today, girl, then I must see tomorrow. When you fulfill my fantasy, because you know I give you love in shade like an arrow. When you gonna give it up to me? Up then, up yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Come on. Boom,
Stop it up then, up yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
So why can't you see we ought to be together, girl, don't front on me. I just wanna be near, so don't have no fear. And let me see you bring your body right over here, because you should share it, girl, I care it. And I'm gonna give you love so clear, it gonna make you shine. And once you are mine, we'll be rocking it until the end of time. But you looking at me, I got me to say you want me. When you gonna give it up to me? Because your body enticing me, making me want it. When you gonna give it up to me? Well, if you're not today, girl, then I must see tomorrow. When you fulfill my fantasy, because you know I give you love in shade like an arrow. When you gonna give it up to me? But you looking at me, I got me to say you want me. When you gonna give it up to me? Because your body enticing me, making me want it. When you gonna give it?
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That
Tonight's gonna be a good night.
That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We are back again. I'm glad to be back. What up, chat? We're here again. How's everybody doing? It's good to be here again. It is finally good to be back on here again. How's everybody doing? It's good to be back. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I've just been editing and chilling and stuff. So I've not been too bad. But the best thing is actually near summer. That's one of the best things. It's almost summer. It's literally almost summer, and the sun is shining more. That's one of the best things. What am I gonna do this stream? I'm just gonna recap the stream. Maybe react to some things, but it's not gonna be too long. It's not gonna be a long stream today. It's not even gonna be that long. It's not even gonna be that long. What was I saying? But the craziest thing is how it's actually looking bright outside. There's actually more sunlight. Usually when I'm doing the stream, it's also in the dark. You know what I'm saying? When I'm streaming, it's usually inside the dark. It's not when the sun is out. But when the sun is out, it feels a bit different. You can see my face a little bit more because there's more sunlight on me, pretty much. And it's much more clear on the stream. It's way more clearer. Have I watched Sidemen Inside? I've not actually watched Sidemen Inside. I've seen the clips though. I've seen the clips. It looked funny. It looked funny. It looked funny because I think one of them. I think the Sidemen are more like teachers in this one because some people are just messing about inside the Sidemen. Maybe some people, yeah, messing about. So they're more like teachers in this, which you would never expect. You would never expect that ever. But it just looks like a reality TV show, to be honest. It's so fire to watch, to be honest. Mo Salah leaving Liverpool. Yes, I did see Mo Salah leave Liverpool. I did see the what was it called? I saw the news of him leaving Liverpool. It was not surprising. It's not surprising. You just could feel like this was his last season at Liverpool. The way his I don't know. There's something off about Salah after the what's it called? The drama about him being on the bench and him not playing. There was something off about him, and you could tell like the time has now come to the end. You can just tell when a footballer's time has come to the end when for playing for a football team. They don't really have the passion for the team anymore, and they want to try new things and other things. What team do I think Salah will go to? I generally think I'm not really sure, to be honest, because Real Madrid, they're quite packed, but they also need a right winger. But Real Madrid don't really get older players. They like to invest in younger players for them to grow into their starting position in Real Madrid. Unless it was somebody like, if you're going to be a backup player. Barcelona, I can't see that because Lamine Yamal's got the right wing position. Yeah, I'm interested to see what team he goes to. I'm interested. It'll be good. It'll be so fire if he did go to Real Madrid. It'll balance the team out a bit more. At the end of the day, we'll just wait and see. Alright, chat. I've got some things on the Twitter that I'm gonna react to, so just bear with me. Okay, here it is. One choice. I've only got one choice here. It's literally give me only one choice out of these movies. What we've got Iron Man 3, we've got Spider-Man 3, we've got X-Men The Last Stand, we've got Batman Forever, we've got Glass, I don't even know what that movie is, and we've got Superman. I've not watched Superman 2, I've not watched that movie. So these two movies, I exclude them because I've never watched them in my life. If anybody watched any of these movies, just put it in the chat. Type 2 in the chat if you've watched all these movies. I doubt that you guys have watched all these movies that are on this list. It's literally between the top 4. I'm only going to rank it between these top 4. What's this one called? What is this one called? Iron Man 3, Spider-Man 3, X-Men The Last Stand, and Batman Forever. Batman Forever, I've watched that, but not in a very long time. I was so young when I watched that one. But I will still rate it. If I could pick one choice, I'm gonna go Spider-Man, of course. And you guys know me, Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. Spider-Man, number 2, Iron Man. But Spider-Man, has to be there. Then if I pick number 2, X-Men Last Stand, I'd say. X-Men Last Stand. That movie is fire, especially the drama and the ending and stuff. It's a bit crazy. But trilogies, the fun thing is these three are trilogies. Somehow a lot of people do not rate trilogies. That's the thing. When it comes to trilogies, people want to have opinion. People start hating on the movies when it comes to the third movie. Especially when it comes to trilogies. For some reason trilogies become a problem because people are not happy that the third video is not as good as number 2 and number 1. Whereas number 2 is probably usually the best movie. Spider-Man 2, Iron Man 2, Captain America number 2. What else? Toy Story 2. The second movie is always the best one, but the first movie is like a trial movie. But you know that I'll say that for another day. What is missing in this plate? Meat. Not that meat. I'm talking about meat. For me, I gotta have some meat with this, bro. I gotta have some meat with this. Oh, it's just gonna taste so. It's gonna taste too many vegetables, bro. Egg is not really a vegetable, but still, you gotta tear into that meat. You know what I'm saying? You gotta tear into meat. I don't care what meat it is. Okay, some of you guys are what meat. I don't care what meat it is. I don't know chicken, beef, goat. It's goat. I mean, no, lamb, chicken, beef, or lamb. That's what I meant. I got confused between. But you gotta have meat with one of these things. You can't. I couldn't have just plain. I could, because there's nothing that I can't do, but it's just not gonna be an enjoyable experience. I love to be in a moment when I'm having my favorite meals, and it's important to have an enjoyable experience. Do steak and pasta go well together? Somehow they just don't go well together. It just doesn't feel like a really good combination. Chicken and pasta, on the other hand, can go together, but steak and pasta, that don't go together. I don't know why. I gotta do some psychology research on that, on why it just doesn't blend well together. But chicken blends well. Chicken just blends well. But chicken and cheese, they don't blend well together. Especially grilled chicken and cheese. Fried chicken and cheese, okay, they blend pretty well together. So it's all about having a combination right. But steak, you can't have steak and pasta. You gotta have steak. You gotta have pasta and cheese. For me, pasta and cheese, pasta and meatballs, pasta and mince, pasta and chicken. That's like you gotta have something that blends well. It's like having a black t-shirt and white trousers. That blends well, but you can't have a yellow t-shirt and green trousers. It just wouldn't go. So over here is telling me, what is your favorite Xbox era? If you know, you know, chat. What is your favorite what's your favorite Xbox era? There's too many eras to pick from. There's too many. Oh, my chat just went off, my Twitch chat. There's too many eras to pick from. You've got this era here. The one started it all. Let me zoom in for you guys. First era, the one started it all. Xbox original. Got the second era, Xbox 360. Got the Xbox One era. And you got the Xbox era. I'll be honest. My very first Xbox was this one. The original one. I have to say this one. Because this actually opened my eyes to realizing consoles are pretty cool. One of my first games was what's that car game? Forza? I don't know if that existed, but I know it was a car game. And Battlefield. Those two games, favorite games, bro. And the Xbox One was the first, like, was also quite awesome as well. I'm still yet to get these ones. I had an Xbox 360, but I got it as a I got from my cousins. But that is all. Well, is there anything else that I got saved? That's not what I saved. Okay, eliminate one, please. Why you gonna do this to me? Which one am I eliminating? I've never had Taco Bell. I've never had AAA. I've never had. Is that? I forgot what that's called, but I've never had D3. The rest, I've had. If I'm deleting one, McDonald's, I'm sorry, but you gotta go. Somehow, I do not feel fulfilled when I eat McDonald's. I love McDonald's when I was growing up because if your parents said, have some McDonald's, you just have it. And you had it all the time. But it's not fulfilling enough. I still feel hungry when I have one burger. Even a McDonald's meal deal, I'm still feeling hungry. That's what I'm saying. The end of an era. South De Bruyne Son gone in the past season feels like an end of the era. It's just what happens, to be honest. It's the most important thing is you make the most of the era. Literally, you can't really do anything about it. But it's quite. I think Salah is the last original player. I think that's all the original players from like what top players are gone from like the 2014 era. As in top players from the 2014 era, we could say it was De Bruyne, Son, Salah. These were the top players that were performing around the top players in 2014. Salah may have not been at his best, but he was at Chelsea. You're a top player if you're at Chelsea in my eyes. So I think that's that. But then that's an era gone and a new era came. So yeah, if you're gonna say the only true player that's there from an old era, I'll say Danny Welbeck. Danny Welbeck for Brighton or James Milner for Brighton. I'm not sure. Is Ashley Young still playing? I'm not sure. Oh, and I've got to show you this. I had spaghetti bolognese with sweet potato. This looks too nice. This was prepared for me, but this was the presentation that I put on my plate. So like I said, and I have meatballs. There was a time I didn't like meatballs. Believe it or not, there was a time I didn't like meatballs growing up because I used to see on TV shows it never gave up. People didn't really give meatballs a good name growing up. It was kind of like thrown at people's faces in like TV shows and stuff where somebody would eat it out of the tub. It was a bit it was never I never really thought they would be good, but they're actually pretty good. I'm in love with meatballs, bro. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up there. I hope everybody has a good day, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for being on the stream.